Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Good morning. This is Dr. Erin, teaching universal law and spiritual truth. So today it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day in Los Angeles, California. I just had some friends come in town that I haven't seen in a while last night, and it's just funny because I'm sitting there at this table with these really successful women. And all of a sudden I had kind of this voice in the back of my mind think, well, gosh, why are they so connected? Why do they know all these people? They're younger than me. They're able to, have more tribe and more community. And as this voice was going on within my head, I thought, oh my gosh, it's so funny. That's so human beingness. That sums up what we do as humans. We have these stories that we are different, that something's wrong with us, that we're not enough. And I just caught myself in the middle of the story and I went, yeah, thanks for chiming in, limited story, but it's just not the truth. So on that note, today's topic is awakening the Shakespeare within. So the other day, I was in the studio also. I was over at Focus TV Network. And we were kind of doing these run-throughs of different questions people were asking, doing little 60-second spots. And one of the women had asked, she said, how do you date after divorce? So she went on, I asked, well, tell me a little bit more about yourself. She said, I was married for 14 years. Since then, I've gone on a few dates with like old friends, which my, therapist says is just old business. She said, but I feel lost. I don't really know how to date. And we kind of got into it. And the reality is that she had told herself a story about women after divorce, that women after divorce, are just, they're not wanted. And they, X, Y, and Z. She had told herself all these stories, all these limited stories within her own mind. Maybe it was something she just had judged about others, who knows? But the reality was that she was living out that limited story within herself. And she felt very stuck and unlovable. And so the reality is this, is that we are all just actors in this play of life. And she had this story, in her mind of the way her life was going to go, and oftentimes we think we've created these stories so brilliantly that we will remake them, and the turn of the page will turn in our lives, like we have a script for our life, and we turn the page as if we're surprised of the new chapter, and we have this whole new drama going on, and we have characters and we have roles, and sometimes the different characters switch out for other characters, but the theme of our lives always stays the same. In fact, I'll never forget actually going through a process years ago in a leadership program where we had to actually pretend to write out the script of our life. What is the theme of your life? And, my theme was, it was like, we had to mock up like the actual music of the theme of the movie. We had to say, the whole, theme. We had to say all this stuff. So for me, I was kind of like, the theme of my life was that here's this woman, she has like French bistro music going on in the background, and she can pretty much have anything and do anything that she puts her mind and heart to, but she could never have love. And that was like the theme of my life. And I would find every story, the perfect characters to play into those roles. And it was like clockwork, and Shakespeare says this, that we're just all actors in this play of life. And so for this woman and her story of after being divorced, she kind of sat there with like a light bulb moment, like, oh, yeah, I guess I do have that thought. I have that thought that if you're divorced, that, it's kind of over for you when it comes to love, that you're going to be just this woman floating around. No one's going to really want you. And we have to know that this is in bed from many, many lifetimes also, right? All those stigmas of what it means to be divorced in a culture, all those stigmas. And now we get to rewrite that. And so she kind of sat there and had an epiphany and went, oh yeah, I get to rewrite this whole thing. And she it could just see this twinkle in her eye. And so on that note, today's universal law, because we get to align with a new universal law every day. And as we align with universal law, we really, experience having more power, because we already are all powerful. But as we align to universal law, we get to actually begin to realize just how powerful we are. So today's universal law is the law of polarity. And I feel like this is so important when it comes to the topic of, playing into the pretense that our life is kind of the script and we don't even realize it. So the law of polarity is set into motion by spirit, your higher self, the moment you actually contemplate your own identity. It's a contemplation of your own identity. So if you identify as a divorced woman that can't find love, just even in that perception, that even that little seed of what you think you are, you set into motion all kinds of things. So the moment you consider something to be, it sets universal law into motion. Beliefs within the soul activate and direct energy. Also, intention, attention, initiation, and selection set the mechanisms of the law into motion. So get it that you're so powerful. You are such a powerful spiritual being that if you even contemplate the way life is, the way people are, basically the theme of your life, playing out the script of your life, you just set an entire stream of things into motion. It's like that self-prophecy, right? Self-fulfilling thing in relationships. We see it over and over again. People who believe, love has to hurt or abandon, guess what? No matter who they draw on, they figure out a way to make that script play out. They just play it out like it's clockwork. So just take notice of that. Take notice of how you are so powerful to contemplate something and instantaneously it plays out. So today's daily spiritual practice, because each day we wake up and especially here in La La Land, and we're challenged. We've got some heaven and hell right here in La La Land, so let's make some fun out of this shift. So today's spiritual practice is to choose one affirmation about love and say it all day long, because today's Friday, and Friday is it's a day of love. That's why it's actually astrologically the day of Venus. And so that's why people go on dates a lot on Friday, blah, blah, blah. But today's daily spiritual practice is to choose one positive affirmation about love and say it all day long. And the truth is that you can't get love. You are love. It's actually who you are. It's what you are. It's the sustenance of you. So choose that positive affirmation to remember who you are today. Remember that you have all the love inside of you. It's just a matter of giving and receiving it and allowing that to flow. It's really expressing yourself as love. Love is really an expression of you. So you can be and act and have the pretense that you aren't that, but you can pretend all you want, but it's not the truth. Bottom line, it can never be the truth. And so today's challenge, because we play this game of life, today's challenge is to write down the script, write down that fake script that you've made for your life. Write the theme, the characters, all the roles. And then I just want you to kind of like giggle at it. Like, really? You actually mocked this up. You mocked up this whole scene on this play of life. And then I want you to write a new script. Write a new script. You get to actually just write it out. You get to write it out. You get to be the actor that you've always wanted to be, and just get new characters and flip a script, as I say, right? So just today is all about awakening the Shakespeare within and the law of polarity. And gosh, I know that I still find myself playing out the roles and the script, that old script sometimes. I'm all, wait a second, wait, you guys, cut, into scene. We ended that play and that movie. We're moving on to the next one. Remember, we got funding, we've got the producer, we've got the director, we've got all the actors right here. Let's make a new reality show right here on set. Cut over, let's flip the channel, new one. So on that note, you guys, I know today is a powerful day to write the new script of your life. And so on that note, if you found value in this, please like, share, and comment. Very important to support our tribe. Please reach out to people today. Reach out. See what their script is. Maybe you can help them, but don't make anyone wrong. Remember, the number one vicious cycle to set into motion is by making anyone wrong. So if we want to change somebody, we're like, oh, you need a new script in your life. No, it's never going to work. Okay. So don't focus on anybody else when it comes to this. Focus on yourself and your own script. Okay. So I'm across all social media as Dr. Erin Fall Haskell. You can find me at drerin.tv. You can find me also on Focus TV Network now at drerinshow.com. And you can find me at erinfallhaskell.com. I've got a free app for you. So it actually has 30 guided meditations. You can get these 11-minute inspirational talks. You can listen to in the morning with your coffee, tea, whatever. And you can get all the interviews, everything right there for free on iTunes, iHeart, Google Play, all the above. Have a wonderful day, you guys.